Hi, my name is Michael and this is the Padfone 2. In this video, I'll be showing some benchmarking. I've chosen two benchmark, AnTuTu and Quadrant. First off, AnTuTu benchmark. The last run I did resulted in 16,000, which is a bit under the score on the AnTuTu website of 20,000 for this device. I've also found some other scores for competing devices. These are of course all approximate numbers, so bear with me if these don't match with your results. The Samsung Note 2 scores 70,500. The Samsung Galaxy S3 scores 16,300. HTC One X Plus 13,800 and the Nexus 4 at 11,900. I find it especially interesting that the Nexus 4 scores so low on this compared to the Padfone 2, as these phones share most of the same specs. They have the Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 Pro at 1.5 GHz, the Adreno 320 GPU and 2 GB of RAM. The Nexus 4 does push a little more pixels with the 1280 x 768, where the Padfone 2 is only 720. But this shouldn't do that kind of difference. One thing I have noticed is that the Padfone 2 does seem to suffer under some unstable performance. This really shows in games where the screen sometimes freezes for a short time. This can be seen in my other video where I do some gaming. There is of course a link in the description. This is the graphical part of the benchmark and it does run smoothly. There is apparently no sign of the instability that I just spoke of. It might also be that the problem is with the specific apps, as it does seem to only be in some apps that this happens. But more on this topic later in another video where I will do a complete review of this device. Now we're talking. The nights have come and they are swinging away. This really shows that the device is powerful, as these nights doesn't seem to bother it one bit. There's a lot of effects going on in this part, and still the device is showing smooth animation at what would be a more than playable FPS rating. This is a pretty long benchmark, but should be over soon. It just have to end off with some SD card writing in this benchmark. It's not possible to extend the device with more space, but with the 32 GB version, there should be enough space for most people. The device also have a non-removable battery, as is becoming more and more de facto standard in the industry. I've gotten a score about 2,000 more than the score I started with. This may be a sign of the instability I mentioned earlier, but it is within this span my test device have been getting results though. Now on to the Quadrant Benchmark. This is a rather quick benchmark compared to AnTuTu. I've searched a bit and found some results for the other phones on this benchmark as well. The Samsung Galaxy Note 2 gets a score of 7,000. The Samsung Galaxy S3 gets a score of 5,000. The HTC One X Plus is about 6 to 7,500. The Nexus 4 gets in at 4,500. The Padfone 2 should be around the same as the One X Plus as far as I have found. Again, you see the Nexus 4 getting a lower score than the Padfone 2, though they have similar specs. But I don't have any of these devices, so this is just a very rough comparison to show you where the Padfone 2 sits. It seems that this benchmark also runs smoothly, and hitting that 60 frames per second screen refresh limit. And we have a smooth double helix at 30 frames per second. The score's up and it got 6,273, which is on the lower end, but matching pretty good for what I have been getting. Well, that's all for this video. Subscribe to my channel for more videos by pressing here, and don't forget to like and leave a comment. Thanks for watching.